Greetings out there in YouTube land. This is Morris, man, and as always, I thank you guys for coming to my channel. I'm going to entitle this video, Just Do It. And what prompted me to do this video, I'm going to read in a moment one of my subscribers' comments to a video I posted. And I think it's really important to comment on this because if you are serious about your plan, I'm going to explain to you what you need to do. If you're not serious, go to another video. Go to one of those pretty beautiful cat videos. I seen one on Facebook the other day. It was a mother and father cat, and they had their little kittens on their belly. It was so cute. But anyway, I'm going to read you this comment, and then I'm going to, kind of give you a rundown on my comments, or should I say my suggestion. It says, Morris, man, I love the videos. Thank you. I hope I can buy your lessons soon. For the most part, let me see, I got this died in my screen of my laptop and it's hard to read sometimes. Okay. Morris, man, I love your videos. I hope I can buy your lessons soon. For the most part, I've learned on YouTube for the past 2 or 3 years, but I don't find myself making any progress or as much as I like. I think it's because I don't have actual structure to learn and keep playing the same things I've already know. Instead of learning new things, are your lessons structured in chronological order so I can learn different things as I progress throughout the time? Thanks. You should do a video on all the guitars you have. I've done tons of those videos. They're all on my channel, all of them. Each time I get a new guitar, I kind of do a rundown and I talk about it. So you can find those videos on my channel. But I've been saying this for the longest, and I'm going to focus in on this line here. For the most part, I've learned on YouTube for the last 2 or 3 years, but I don't find myself progressing as much as I like. You can't teach yourself something that you're not familiar with. I've posted at least 10 videos on stressing to people that's trying to learn anything. Go get somebody that know how to play and study under them. Because you're not, and I've made this statement at least 100 times, you're not going to become any kind of musician watching some dude fingers on the internet and only watching some dude's fingers. You don't know why his fingers are there. He's just basically giving you kind of a cheat sheet, which they call tasks. Put your finger here, put your finger here. And when you form a chord, you don't even know the name of the chord you got under your hand. So, and then it's unfortunate he spent 3 years doing this and he has not made any progress. If he were to spend $38 today, my lesson plan would show up in 4 days, and within 12 months, he'd be playing just about anything he want to learn how to play. So that's been 3 years wasted on I'm going to teach myself, because there's so many reasons why that doesn't work. And the first one is you don't know what to teach yourself to become a good guitar player. You're just grabbing knowledge from here to here, this guy on the internet, this guy on the internet, this guy on YouTube. And there's no structure. But the videos that I put together and how they came about was 4 years ago. I would get people say, man, you're a pretty good guitar player. I'm like, thanks. They said, could you teach us how to do this? I'm like, well, I'm not a teacher. I'm basically here to just show you chords, the songs that I've already figured out, the chords that have the sheet music. That's it. I wasn't here to teach anybody how to play the instrument. But like after a year and a half, people kept asking me, could you just try to put something together for us? So I sat down one day and I said, you know what? I think I can do that because I'm drawing from my experience, because where you're trying to go, I've been there and I'm long away from there now because I know how to play. So I can teach you the path to getting from, struggling, don't know what you're doing, to actually I know what I'm doing and I'm getting better. And I'm learning more instead of just, I got a little bit of piece of information and I'm just recycling, but I'm not getting any better, because what's interesting is when I first started to play, and I'm glad it worked out this way because I started backwards. I played by ear first because I always had a pretty good ear. Now I got a very good ear. And I couldn't read. I didn't know theory or anything. And one day I went to a jazz club and there was a gentleman that was playing there from Chicago. His name is Phil C. He's an unbelievable guitar player. And it's like things happen for a purpose or reason, because he was sitting in when the original guitar player was out. And I just happened to show up at that show when he was there. And I was blown away. I said, you know what? I better go learn how to read, because I was only able to get so far at this point. And at this point, I'm stagnated because in order to, take that next leap and bound, I need to know how to read. I need to know what the blank I'm doing. What are the chords that are under my hands at any time? Can you do an inversion of this chord? How many inversions can you do? Can you read? Sight read. Can you read chord charts? Can you write? So after that, I went on a campaign for about a year, and I found the gentleman from the Conservatory of Music. He was teaching world-class musicians. I kid you not, I had one lesson with this guy. And after that, 2 weeks later, I went to the music store and bought sheet music for the first time, played from start to finish. I'm like, it makes sense now. And what made it extra easier for me at that point was I had a good ear. So as I'm playing this, I'm like, I hear it. I hear it now. This is what, it's supposed to be. And oddly enough, I went back the next week because the band was still performing at this club. The other dude showed up. The original band member, he was awful. And I don't talk about anybody or trash or be negative, but he couldn't hold a candle to Phil C. Because what was so cool about Phil was he played these chords and he kind of filled up the audio spectrum in the band. When the other guy came, he just kind of just put his little part in. It wasn't, really covering a lot of ground and, filling up the audio spectrum. So I was pushed into taking it to the next level because I couldn't progress anymore based on what I knew, which was not hardly anything other than memorizing a few chords that I play, and I don't even know what the name of these chords are, but they work in the song. So I stressed this gentleman, $38. I don't personally know everybody's financial situation out there. $38 will put you on the path that you should have been on 3 years ago. That was 3 years wasted. You don't know what you don't know, because when you don't know how to play, you don't know where to go. Especially with the internet now, you got people that claim to teach you and all these apps that you can buy. It's a bunch of garbage. It's a waste of your time. Do it the old-fashioned way. It has been working for centuries. Centuries, not decades, but centuries. So when it's not broke, don't try to fix it. Because here's the interesting story that I can interject. I went to Menards Sunday. Actually, I went to get a bird feeder. I'm like, I'm going to go out in my garden and feed the birds. Had these little bird feeders like my neighbor. So I went there and I seen a gazebo. Fell in love with it because I love gazebos from watching those French movies in the 60s when I was a kid. So it was a big one, and it was priced well. And then I found out that day that it was $100 off from the price that I was not having a problem to buy or spend or pay for. So I purchased it with the understanding, because you got to assemble. I'm like, I'm not about to assemble this huge ass thing, I'm not one of those, I'm a man, I know what I'm doing, leave me alone, I can do this. It's like, no, if you don't know how to do it, you go get somebody that know how to do it. So I made an arrangement with somebody to assemble it once they get here, because I'm like, I do the little stuff in the house, assemble. I'm like, I'm not about to try to do this, it ain't me, so it's interesting sometimes the salespeople try to, really push the sale, because you hear this sometimes. Oh, yeah, I got one of those. I bought one. And the salesperson told me, she bought it for her mom and she assembled it with her sister. I'm like, yeah, okay. In that case, how about you come to my house and you assemble it for me? Because it's a big task. And I'm like, when I don't know what to do, that man chauvinistic thing, or, the man thing or macho, I'm like, no, I'm not going to spend 4 hours on something. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm struggling, as opposed to just go and pay some dude in 30 minutes. We done, I can enjoy it. Still, I'm sitting here and half putting it together, but getting back to the music, and the reason why I shared that story, because it ties in. When you don't know what you're doing, go get somebody that does. Don't spend a year or 2 or 3 years trying to figure it out, because it's much easier for someone to show you. Because the way that my DVDs are set up, because he said chronological order, no. There's a system that I personally have, and it's not like no other. So, you just have to purchase the DVDs and take a chance. Because I've had people ask me, do you teach scales? And I'm like, if you want to learn that stuff, go to the traditional teacher, spend $60 an hour, once a week, $240 a month, several $1,000s after 7 months, and you still won't be able to play this stuff off the radio. I can get you there much quicker and much cheaper. That's what the deal is. Because I don't think no one can go out there right now and find a comprehensive rhythm guitar playing plan for $35 and $3 for shipping and handling. Nobody. I've seen hundreds of them, and nothing comes close, because been there, done that. And what I do, which is kind of unique, is I don't give you all that extra fluff because, for about a year, they put you in these easy guitar playing books, which is some garbage. Throw them in the garbage. I'm going to tell you why they garbage. And any musician, especially professionals, will tell you back in the day in the 40s, 50s, and 60s how they learn. They study with a teacher, and then they go upstairs, take their ass upstairs and practice, close that door, put on that record phonograph, and play 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 till they perfect what they're listening to off the record. You can't get around that. You got to practice, and you got to know what you got to practice because, again, my focus is rhythm because that's what I do for a living. I'm not the lead guy, even though if I need to do lead stuff, I do it and I do it well enough. But think about this. 99% of your playing is going to be playing chords or picking lead lines. It's not going to be soloing like Jimmy. When was the last time you heard a solo in an R&B or pop song? Last time I can think of a solo in an R&B song was Usher, You Got It Bad. It was a good solo. But that era has gone. Back in the 60s, yeah, there was always a solo, sax solo, or guitar solo. They just don't do it anymore. So, why focus on, spend a lot of time focusing on something you really won't really use, as opposed to, let me focus on this because 90-some% of my plan is going to be based on this. So if you guys are serious, just do it. One guy summed it up perfectly. He said, man, Morris, man, you going to teach me to play like you for only $35? Shit, I'm in. Hello, exactly. Over 7 hours of me walking you through how to play the rhythm guitar and the system and the structure and steps on, what you need to do. Because, again, when you don't know what you're doing, you're trying to self-teach yourself, you don't know where to start. It's like you get people that jumped in the middle. Because I've had people that don't play and it's like, well, teach me this song. I'm going to do one better for you. I'm going to teach you how to play your guitar so you can play hundreds and thousands of songs. And still, I taught you just one guitar song or one song, and that's all you know how to do. Like that old biblical saying, if you give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. If you teach a man how to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. Same thing with learning guitar. Instead of me just trying to teach you a song and you know nothing about structure, chord inversions, or the root note or anything of that nature, reading sheet music, citing, be able to read, music, it's just, you just find yourself stumbling. And like I said, I take all the guesswork out of it because, again, I've been where you're at, Many years ago when I was like 12 years old, she picked up the guitar and wanted to learn how to play. And I stumbled and fumbled for years because I couldn't find a music teacher at that point that was going to teach me what I needed to learn and not teach me all this extra added stuff. Because unfortunately, and I'm not knocking music teachers because they've been taught to teach you this way. They teach you a whole lot of stuff you'll never use. And I used to question my music teacher. I'm like, why do I need to learn this? I just want to do this. So teach me how to do this. Oh, you about a year away from that. It's not true. Again, those easy guitar lesson books, throw them in the garbage because in order to, again, like I said, you got to be able to match up with the record. You want to be able to play along with the record. That's how you get good. And if you're playing in a different key, you can't play along with the record. So how are you going to be able to, trial and error and say, okay, I hit a wrong note because I don't hear that on the record. Okay, I hear that on the record. I'm on the right track. So that's a waste of time. But the majority of them, quite a few of them, that's the path they take you down. Let's teach you this stuff here. There's a bunch of fillers that you never use, never use. Don't need to learn how to play for about a year. And that's what, $240 a month, 12 months, $240 a month. That's a whole lot of money to have been taught something that's useless to you. And I'm going to leave you with this because I know I've kind of been run over my time. Well, let me just say this. My PayPal information is right there. You send your $38. I send out your package the very next day with priority shipping. I give you trackers so you know the day that it left me and the day that it show up on your doorstep. Theory is important. I'm not saying that it isn't. But guess what's more important than theory that most teachers don't teach you? Structure song. Out of the 4,000 songs I've posted, I've never, ever had to use theory to play them. The 4,000 songs that I've played, every single one of them, I had to apply, learn the structure of song. You know, that's how I'm able to kind of trailblaze and not to be confused with being sloppy and throwing something together. Through all these songs, I get requests from all around the world. And they pay me for my service to tab these songs. Songs they send me I've never heard in my life. 2 minutes later, from start to finish, here are your chords. This is how it's structured. Thank you. Wow, how'd you do that so quickly? Knowing how to focus on structure of song instead of hollering what key you're in and let me fumble through all these chords that are in this key because there are 12 keys. It's a waste of time. My channels speak for itself, you know, because I get people that want to challenge me and all this stuff, and I go on each channel, troll account. Not one video to show me this is how you do it. You wrong, dude. You know, I welcome that, but I've yet to get that because people have been taught a certain way, and I'm not knocking that way. I'm just saying there's a better way, quicker way, not to be confused with quick, fast, and hurry, sloppy. But some people are kind of set in their ways. Like, I'm not trying to hear that. I'm just going to keep doing this for the rest of my life. Yeah, it's your prerogative. But until next time, take care and thanks for watching. Again, this is a video that I really had to post because